My name is Răzvan Shuta. I am the Managing Director of the Cyber Growth Acceleration Program from Startup Wise Guys. And it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here today to see our portfolio showcase. We'll have 3 cyber startups going up on stage and 1 B2B SaaS startup. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Startup Wise Guys and who we are, I'd like to share a couple of words with you. Startup Wise Guys is an acceleration fund based out of Estonia with large operations across Europe. We have approximately 400 companies in our portfolio of startups, 13 exits to date, and a survival rate above market standard within our portfolio. Only last year we invested in a little over 100 companies. That's a lot. And if you ask yourselves, why do we want to put ourselves through the pain and through the effort of investing in 100 companies a year? Well, that's because of the unwavering passion that is driving us, together with our mission, which is to help founders become true entrepreneurs and build great international tech sustainable companies. Now, it's good to leave any presentation with a small call to action. My call to action for you today is to take, dear investors out there in the audience, take our startups, have a chat with them, learn about them. If you want to learn also more about Startup Wise Guys, take any of our colleagues who are here wearing this hoodie, or you'll see them out here having a t-shirt, having the logo on. If you want to learn more about Startup Wise Guys, the portfolio, of course, but also our funds and the capital closings that we are having. Also, dear corporates out there in the audience and government organizations, if you're looking to collaborate with startups, if you're looking to do innovation internally and you don't have the capacity, yours truly here also represents the business development department in Startup Wise Guys. So feel free to grab me after the pitches. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the pitches of today. I'm delighted to welcome on stage a founder who we met in our Founders Club program, where he was looking to build a team of rock stars to execute a vision, a great vision. We were so impressed by his commitment, straightforwardness, and determination that we had to invite him in our acceleration program. And we did. Eriks from Cubed.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eriks, and I'm the founder and CEO of Cube. For the past 15 years, I've been developing residential real estate. And this is a typical real estate developer for small, medium real estate development. He's squeezed in between uncertain demand, where he doesn't know what their clients want, and he doesn't know what are the construction costs going to be for his project. And there are millions of real estate developers like this across the world. In the same time, just in the United States, there are 600,000 real estate buyers unsatisfied with what the market is bringing to them. That means 50% of buyers are unsatisfied, 75% of projects go over the budget, and that leads to 5.5 million projects missing right now in the United States. For those reasons, we are creating a marketplace for connecting real estate developers with buyers and with a network of factories and suppliers. These are the typical buildings that we provide to our clients. They can go from 2 to 5 stories. And we are doing this by developing a software where our developers can go in, start sales immediately, configure the buildings to their needs. We do the rest and then deliver the buildings from the factories to their construction site. This is changing the industry from speculative to on-demand real estate, and it allows entering new real estate developers in the market. And that solves the sustainability crisis that we have, because we will build just more sustainable buildings. Governments in Texas and also in Europe are pushing for this. And in our target market, Texas, there's 1.5 million moving in the next 3 to 5 years. We have some competitors, but nobody is offering them a network of factories to actually deliver buildings And we are on par on the same level for customization with our competitors. From every single unit that we sell, we take around 10%, and we have only 1.5% expenses on top of that. This is one of the pilot projects that we already have built, and we are ready to deliver this across Europe and United States. This is our amazing team consisting of software, real estate, and engineering experience. We are 3 co-founders, and our solution is as easy. Just pick the model you like, start configuring it, and let's start building more affordable buildings that are designed by you so that we can rebuild the future cities more sustainably and more beautifully. My name is Eriks. This is our product, and please reach out because we're raising right now as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Razvan. Very kind. I guess we're suckers for punishment like all the other guys here. My name is Lazar, head of tech at Sealit. Now, before I start, quick show of hands. How many people work here at a startup or a tech company? Great. We're actually not raising money, so this presentation is for you guys. We want to tell you what we're doing, why we believe it's important, and why you should care. A bit of background about the team. We're led by a second-time co-founder. We had a successful exit in 2019, and we're backed by a venture fund as well as global leading industry, including former CEOs of global banks, insurance companies, and tech companies. Now, in our previous startup, we worked with global asset managers, and we found that even the biggest ones who spent an insane amount of money on cybersecurity were doing it wrong. For example, ask yourself, how many cloud apps does your organization use today where you actually don't know how many of their employees can access your data, where they're hosting it, or even how they're protecting it? Now, this problem gets worse and worse over time, and if you look at an average company of about 500 employees, they use an astounding 254 different cloud apps, 68% of which they're actually not allowed to be using by IT. You have to start solving this problem early on. Later on, it becomes a lot more difficult. COVID, I'm not going to get into a lot of details. Everybody knows it changed the way we work. That's been said. But from a cyber side, it also destroyed perimeters. We can't defend perimeters as well as we did before. And of course, regulation. Everybody loves regulation, right? It makes our lives easier. If you're doing business internationally, it's super difficult to stay compliant with GDPR at the same time with California, Canada, and all the different countries who have conflicting regulations. Now, we set out to solve 3 key challenges. Number 1, create an encryption identity that lives on your phone, that you own and you operate yourself, without which nobody can access your data. It cuts out all tech companies, including ourselves, any intruders, and even governments from accessing your data. Simple compliance is a must. We looked at compliance, to make it actually laughable. It's so simple. In our system, you basically set up per client or per project where you want the data hosted, and we take care of the rest. And last but not least, we have to make it super simple, right? It's got to be deployed in several minutes, so it can be used by a startup as well as a large organization. That's hugely valuable, but you also have to make value add. So in our system, you can share huge files securely directly from your email, collaborate, and even monitor sales activity. Now, the platform itself is split into 4 components. Communicate. It allows you to communicate without worrying about data breaches from the tools you use today, like Gmail, Slack, and Outlook. Sealit Collaborate is our first zero-trust data room. It gives you all the benefits of a data room, but with no centralization of risk, because we can't actually access the data there. Sealit Connect is our APIs, and Sealit Monitor allows even the smaller companies to understand who is using their data, how they're using it, and where from. Now, finally, I'll ask you to just take a picture of this. This is my email. We have phenomenal programs for startups where we do 90% discounts first year, 50%, and so on. And we'd love to be with you along your journey and actually keep you protected. Now, the quote that I skipped over before said fundamentally that it takes 20 years to build a reputation. It takes only 5 minutes to destroy it. And if you think about that, you'll get Sealit. Thank you.
While I was working as a cybersecurity expert for one of the biggest brands in the world, a famous hacker group declared war on us. It was Anonymous. And during the long conflict, my colleague ended up in hospital because of intense pressure and emotional paralysis. My name is Kubi. I'm founder of CyberStruggle. And we are the one helping cybersecurity experts to remain extremely functional and resilient, technically and psychologically, no matter the conditions are. In fact, 64% of cybersecurity experts saying stress is killing their business, killing their ability to defend their organizations. Yes, there are lots of training programs out there, but they are following very traditional training methodologies, exercises, and they are not very sufficient in cyber world. Because cyber world is resembling the guerrilla warfare exactly. So it requires much more than this. That's why we developed a training program and also automation simulation software where we combine technical skills with soft skills in a dynamically changing environment, just like special forces are handling the guerrilla warfare in real world. So we are offering fully automated simulation software and also training programs where we serve 250 people with 99% of customer satisfaction. And just 2 days ago, one of the largest army in NATO purchased our simulation software for their cyber armies. Last year, we generated 300K, and we would like to approach 5% of market share in 5 years with 14 million estimation. While others are focusing on traditional content and know-how itself, we are focusing on functionality, resilience, and know-why. We have a great team, including cybersecurity experts, psychologists, former special forces, and we are backed by amazing startup Wise Guys. We are ready to expand our business all over the world, starting from Europe. So we are looking for partners, valuable contacts, and probably we will raise this year. So if you are interested in, we can talk. Once again, I'm Kubi. We are helping cybersecurity experts to stay resilient under all circumstances. Thank you very much.
I'm Juan España, CEO of ByteHide, a cybersecurity platform for distributed software. And we have a problem. On average, companies use more than 45 security tools, what decreases the cyber capacity of defense, and also can cost more than $500,000. And what this happened? This is why, because they need to create a secure software. And to create this secure software, they need to use all this. Well, and how they can synchronize all these tools and not lose the context? Simple, they can. That's why we created ByteHide, a full chain security platform from start to finish to cover everything, and that the teams can reduce their incident response time by more than 30%. But it's also used as several tools in a same place? No. What made ByteHide unique is the focus on the developers that allow people with no security experience to protect their software. And also the context, the most important thing, that feed all the information of each steps and put this data in the other ones. All of this with the simplicity of any SaaS platform that developers can integrate with one click and can automate the security in less than 5 minutes. We are in a full growth market, taking application security and mobile threat defense, where we focus on SMEs. Our business model is simple. We offer a subscription for the use for the platform, and we have different plans. So far, we have more than 130 paying customers from USA, Europe, and Asia, and we have an ARR greater than 40,000 euros. There are other players on the market that focus in the cloud part, which is very different. And they need to cover other capabilities like infrastructure and API security. And we are focused in the distributed software, like industrial software, mobile applications, and IoT. We are an incredible team that has worked together before in several projects, and also we have the ideal balance between technology, business, and sales. Also, we backed by very good advisors. This year, we are growing to position ourselves in the segment, and that's why we are raising 650K to develop the platform and also structure the sales team. So now you have the opportunity to join us. Thank you.